Hey guys, I've been super busy lately. I haven't even slept in my bed but more than 5 nights in the past several weeks, between going to help out with hurricane relief efforts and just working with programs like Scouts and other outdoor leadership activities. It's been a long ride, but I've got something I need to go do. You know, unfortunately, what I'm about to go do, a lot of people in Western North Carolina aren't able to do or aren't even thinking about, justifiably so at this moment in time, but I'm just gonna switch gears. Old Ford truck here. But it's still really important nonetheless, and I hope, you know, everybody takes time to do this so that their voices are heard. All right, guys, I did it. I voted early. I tell you what, that was really easy. No lines, no hassle. I've never taken advantage of voting early before. I can tell you this, though, my candidate had better win because it cost me about $3 in fuel to get down there and vote. No, more than 3 gallons. It's $3 a gallon, so I paid $12 for that vote. 9. My math is off. Like I said, I've been busy. And while I may have a problem calculating how much fuel I just spent, I will say that I did not have a problem voting this year. You know, I'm like a lot of you. I don't have the best impression of either of our choices for president this year. But I wasn't going to make a statement out of it either and vote for a third party or something like that, because I will say that the candidate I voted for at least has taken the initiative of bringing other people onto their team that I do like, which gives me hope that there's, you know, the possibility of something different in the future, because all I can say is right now, things need to change. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this is an election that's going to unite everybody, but I do think that it's hopeful for some real differences in the future. So, in any case, this is my 2 cents on that. Get out there, vote early, take advantage of it, and you know, I used to have the impression that early votes weren't counted until later, like absentee votes or something like that, but I was way wrong on that. So I'm glad I went ahead and did this, because, man, waiting in line on election day, so not worth it. And then if something comes up and you can't get out there and you can't cast your vote, that's just a hassle. So no matter who you're voting for, get out there and just get it done. Well, unless you're voting for the candidate that I didn't vote for. That was a joke.
Let me ask you this. This is kind of a politically sensitive question. You've been in Western North Carolina now, again, spent more than a week on the ground, multiple different trips. Early voting in North Carolina started 2 days ago, on October the 17th. North Carolina is a pivotal state in the upcoming presidential election, one of 7 battleground states which will determine who holds power in the United States beginning in January 2025. Based on what you've seen, where are these folks going to vote? Are they going to be able to vote? And can you share, if anything, based on the people you talked to, who they plan on voting for?
So here's what I will say to that. We've got volunteer efforts, again, from 50 states, all right, that have consolidated themselves in Western North Carolina. And even these volunteers haven't reached some mountain communities. Even these volunteers are noting that entire towns are gone. So as they are finding people displaced, finding people dead from hypothermia after surviving the storm, all right, as they're finding folks, some literally waving flashlights and broken metal to get the attention of helicopters that remain steadfast and circling over Appalachia. I guarantee you, the last thing on these displaced people's minds are, where am I going to vote?
Yeah.
All right. There were some folks that
Fair enough.
by some miracle, I refound them after finding them during our first trip. And one individual got a phone yesterday. So when you're without that kind of communication, again, I doubt the last thing on your mind is, where am I going to vote? As for where they're leaning, I don't think there's any question there. But as for how they'll be able to participate, that could be a problem.